Hi everyone! Welcome back to Level Guide in the Daily Hustle. I am Rachel Bastarash-Bogan. I'm an entrepreneur, a video editor, and an author, and I live in Denver, Colorado. This is episode 159. 160 is tomorrow. And today I was just looking at my to-do list, and it actually feels kind of disturbingly quiet. Today is a day for details. I have a number of emails that I need to catch up on. I've been putting them off just because there's been a bunch of other stuff going on. And so now I'm just going to take a big chunk of time and just go through everything. And I also, this sounds kind of funny, but I need to update my Twitter. I have not logged onto Twitter in oh good grief, at least 2.5 weeks, which is really, really unusual for me. I'm usually on that network at least once or twice a day because a lot of my post-production friends are there. But I have been going full speed in so many different directions, and that is the last thing that I have been on. So, and I know that things have been stacking up. I keep getting Twitter notifications, and I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I didn't really fall off the face of the earth, I promise. But yeah, I really need to do that just to maintain those professional connections that are on that particular channel. The other thing that's going to get done today, because I have the time, is to listen to my audiobook, and I'm really excited to do that because this is like the last step of having this thing done. So I'm going to do that, put the time in, put the effort in to do that. Going to happen. And then later on this evening, I'm going to be heading down to UC Denver to watch the final products from the Digital Health Narratives class. I helped facilitate their learning lab a couple of weeks ago, which was a whole lot of fun. Oh my gosh, I had a blast doing that. And so now being able to be invited back to come in and see their finished products and just to encourage the students and say, hey, you did a good job. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's happening tonight. And in the meantime, I'm also in the process of scheduling some photography for my project for Denver Rescue Mission. I got an email back from Hugh. He has approved the content ideas that I have, so I'm really thankful about that. Now I just need to go about the work of actually shooting all of this material. So I have a few emails that I need to send, I have a few questions to ask, and hopefully I'm going to get that going in the process too. Hooray! When it rains, it pours. Holy moly. So I've been sitting here digging through my emails, which has been great. I've been able to catch up on a bunch of things. But I just got a phone call from a guy inquiring about a project. Unfortunately, this would be shooting on May 14th, which I don't know if I can handle. I need to call him back and find out some more details and just say, like, what are you actually trying to create here? He said that's going to be a 10 to 15 minute video, but I cannot tell if that's a shoot or what that is. So I need to call and I need to figure that out and just see like what's going on. I'm wondering if I'm going to be wearing another producer hat here. And on top of this, I just got an email back from another potential client that's been like back and forth with me ever since the end of March, I think it was. They've been waiting on another video editor in California to finish up something. They've had a really lousy experience with this editor in California because this guy, I assume it's a guy, has never delivered any of his project files online. Like, not online, on time. Like, this guy has been very unreliable for them, and so they're just completely frustrated, and so they want me to pick up the next half of this project, which is just integrating a film, like sections of a film, into some roundtable discussions. From the sounds of things, they're going to give me time codes, so it really shouldn't be a difficult thing for me to cut together, unless I really think that one of their cuts is like particularly terrible, and I'm like, no, you should not do this. So when it rains, it pours. This reminds me of a concept that is in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. If you're not familiar with it, I highly suggest you read it. Some of it feels a little hokey. I don't necessarily agree with the entire thing, but there's definitely a shift in your mindset that happens when you start reading Napoleon Hill, because everything starts with how you think, because how you think affects your actions. And it's not just about affirmations. Like Abraham Hicks talks a lot about affirming what you want in your life. But the thing about affirming is that you also have to take action on those things that you want. And Napoleon Hill really helps you think about taking those actions. What does that actually mean? So anyway, he tells this story in the middle of the book about how sometimes it takes a lot of effort to get where you want, and what happens is that most people quit before they actually get there. They think that it's taking too much, and so they just check out and say sayonara. 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 I think I'm pronouncing that right. I know it's Japanese for goodbye, but I probably am butchering it, so I apologize about that. The story, though, goes like this. There's a guy that came out to Colorado during the gold rush, and this is actually like a true story. So he came out from back east, and he heard that all he had to do was go digging in the mountains of Colorado, and he would strike it rich. He would hit a gold mine. So he bought this plot of land. He staked out a claim. He started digging. Didn't have a clue what he was doing. He's not a miner, but he decided, like, hey, if everybody's digging gold out of the hills, I can do it too, right? And so he kept digging. He kept digging. He kept digging, and he found nothing. He found absolutely nothing. And he gave up. He decided, you know what? I'm not going to be the guy who gets rich off of gold in Colorado. I'm going to go figure this out from a different thing. Maybe I'll go sell, pickaxes and shovels. I don't know what this is, but I give up being a miner. And so the guy that bought it from him, he bought his claim. This guy took one look at the claim and was like, I know exactly what I'm doing with this thing. And so he bought the claim. And he started digging, this new guy started digging, and within 8 weeks, or I forget what it was, a very short amount of time, like within 10 feet of where the first guy was digging, this new guy, the new owner, hit pay dirt, and he made buku bucks finding gold. And so the moral of the story, and the thing that this guy always said when he was recounting his tale, was don't ever give up. And first of all, learn what you need to know about what you're doing. He's like, I was stupid for not going in and knowing what a good gold mine claim actually looked like. The guy that bought it from me did know what he was doing, so that when he got to that point going, this guy that sold me the land feels like there's nothing here. I know that there's something here. He was able to actually make a lot of money from that particular claim. And so, the lesson is know what you're doing, but don't give up. And Napoleon Hill, when he's relaying this story, he says, you have to go through the not getting anything out of your efforts, because that is, as he puts it, that's the universe testing your resolve. Like, are you really actually committed to doing the thing that you say that you want to do? Because so many people give up in that lull. They never, ever, ever get out of it. And they say, you know what? I'm bored. This is taking too much work. I'm not going to do it. I don't care anymore. I quit. And the thing is, if you stick it out long enough and you actually do it long enough, and you know what you're doing when you're sticking it out and you know why it's going to work, you will hit pay dirt. And so I kind of feel like this has happened over the last couple months with the opportunity to speak at NAB, with the opportunity to pick up this job from Denver Rescue Mission, with now having this thing back from another client that was talking to me in March, and now this phone call from another company down in the tech center. Like, I'm just like, explosion of projects. Plus, I have some hints of other ones from another one of my producers in Asheville, North Carolina. And so I'm just going, where's all this work been? And it reminds me of this story from Napoleon Hill, because he makes that statement, when everything shows up, you're going to wonder where the heck it's been all this time. And that's exactly what I feel like. So now that all this work is showing up, now I got to decide, what can I actually handle? And what can I actually handle? So I got to place a phone call back. I got to write another email. Holy moly, guys. Explosion. That's probably a heck of a lot less dramatic than I think it is.
All of them, from Windows Movie Maker to Avid, can create a hard cut or a transition. Hard cuts.
This is pretty cool, guys.
A hard cut.
It's kind of funny because there's a part of me that's like, wait, I wrote that? I know that sounds kind of pretentious, but this sounds really cool. It is time to head downtown to get ready for my visit to UC Denver. Oh, there goes the 15L out toward Aurora. I'll be riding that bus later. So I'm on my way there. I got to listen to, probably a third of my audiobook. Not as much as I would have liked, but at least it started. And it sounds amazing. And, not Andrea, Sandra. Sandra's been doing a fantastic job. Oh man, I love her voice. She's really calm, cool, collected, fits the content. I'm sorry for the traffic, guys. I'm almost there, and this time I'm arriving on time. Last time, if you remember, oh my gosh, I got thoroughly lost downtown. So, I feel really good about where I'm at right now.
Do you want to make it full screen? No. That's right, you worked through that in the classes about how to come to whose story is this really, and
the sexual minority group. And a difficult
That was pretty freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Elaine has a fantastic group of students. They all knocked it out of the park. It was cool just to see how they all appreciated the learning lab that I facilitated. A lot of them got a lot out of it and were able to complete their projects. And so, yeah, just to see everything they did and to know that I got to help them do this thing was pretty freaking cool. Now I need to head into downtown, go pick up my bus and head home. And that building was where I just was at. I feel really lucky. I love the city where I live. Today has been a really special day. Good grief to have two leads call me back, or two leads call me, email me, inquiring about projects, to be able to spend time listening to my audiobook. What else did I get to do today? Oh, catch up on Twitter. I know that sounds funny, but literally, like the entire bus ride out of downtown, I have been catching up on Twitter. I'm usually pretty good about thanking people when they follow me and just interacting with my community, so it was nice getting back into the swing of things and saying hi to some of my friends. So, yeah, today's been a good day. And then to top it all off with my invitation to go down to UC Denver and to spend time in the digital health narratives class and see everybody's final projects and to be moved by amazing stories of people telling of how different illnesses have affected them or their families, how different perspectives on culture and on certain issues have affected them or affected their culture, affected their perspectives on life. Like these students did an amazing job. All of them are in undergrad or grad school, and they are going to be incredible storytellers in the future. I'm really proud of them. It was really cool. One of them really hit me really hard because it was about a woman's grandfather and about how he lives in China, and about how in China mental health for the elderly is not really talked about. And so she talked about how they found out that her grandpa had a major mental health disorder, and oh my gosh, her video made me cry. It was amazing. So everybody had fantastic stuff, and I am so honored that I got to be a part of just being a part of it. It was really cool. So I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna put my feet up, get a cup of tea. If you guys have been hanging out with me all day, I want to say thank you. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, tell me a story or share a story of when somebody else told you something and it moved you. I'd love to hear some of that. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for day 160.